state senator on from Louisiana who had switched over to being a Republican.
Question is why black politicians always being focused on, black Republicans always being featured on Fox News. I'm always wondering, why do they got to explain why they Republican? You know, why the black ones have to explain? I never see them ask a senator or a Republican senator why they're Republican.
Because they think they know, I guess.
That's what it is.
You mean you don't ever see them ask a white Republican?
Yeah. But the black ones got to get on and explain. And then they got to tear down. Like he talked about food stamps. I watched the clip. He talked about food stamps.
Matter of fact, I'm going to play the clip right now.
Oh, okay.
Let me play the clip. It's a long one, so it'll give us time to listen to it and analyze it.
Right.
I wanted to take a moment to explain why I chose to become a Republican, and also to explain why I don't think it was a bold decision at all. It is the right decision, not only for me, but for all my brothers and sisters in the black community. You see, in recent history, the Democrat Party has created the illusion that their agenda and their policies are what's best for black people. You see, at the heart of liberalism is the idea that only a great and powerful big government can be the benefactor of social justice for all Americans. But the left is only concerned with one thing: control. And they disguise this control as charity. The idea that blacks, or anyone for that matter, need the government to get ahead in life is despicable. Our self-initiative and our self-reliance have been sacrificed in exchange for allegiance to our overseers, who control us by making us dependent on them. To be truly free is to be reliant on no one other than the author of our destiny. These are the ideas at the core of the Republican Party, and it is why I am a Republican.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
I wish that every time I started talking some bullshit, music would just start playing
I know
in the
it,
background.
yeah.
Make it sound pretty good, huh?
Man, that was amazing.
That's for the drama. That wasn't part of the interview. That was actually his video he made.
He made that for YouTube too.
Well, you know, it's like this is the first time in a very long time I've seen the media just show a panel. You know, they had like a couple of dozen of black conservatives, black Republicans on, and it's the first time they done shown a large group of normal black people, and then they gonna act like they just found a dodo bird. Like, look, we thought these new Negroes were all extinct, but we still got a few. You know,
it's amazing to me, and it's like Fox News is using these guys to do their dirty work. That's what I kind of see it.
Well, that's what they're really doing, because what they're trying to do, I believe, is they know they've been stereotyped. At one point, everyone looked at Republicans as being almost racist, political organization. And so what they're doing is, while they reaching out to the Hispanics, reaching out to blacks, they reaching out, try to show that they not.
Yeah, but what they're doing is they're creating like this classism. It's like after the Civil War, you had carpetbaggers coming down south and buying up things and being all prosperous, and a lot of those were black. And the Klan was actually developed in response to this. Like, hey, look at all these black people taking up the money that we don't have. And it just gave an excuse. I'm not saying a reason, but an excuse for poor white people to be un-American. You know, and turn on people. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and she said that she always got mixed messages from her father. He would say things like, "Oh, we got to keep blacks in their place," but then he always voted for black politicians. And I didn't tell her, but duh, he just felt comfortable that a black politician is going to do good things for poor people, and they poor.
Maybe she was just trying to tell you that to balance it out so you wouldn't think she...
Oh, it's too late for that. I already know.
It's funny because blacks used to be majority Republican back when you was talking about.
Right, exactly.
Majority Republican.
During Abe Lincoln days.
Yeah, people forget that Abe Lincoln was a Republican.
Right.
Yeah. And Hannity, the reason why he always having this on is because he's so conservative. But what I didn't like about it is we didn't show you the interview where he brought up, he did use the word charity, but there's part of the interview with Hannity where he brought up the word welfare
again,
but
food stamps.
But it's amazing how black people can associate welfare with black people. It's like you stereotyping us for them. That's why they saying, come over here. You got the same ideas we got. We want y'all to look like y'all was out for only charity as well.
You know, it's funny though. If you're conservative and you're white, people say they're conservative whites are elitist, but black conservatives are like self-hating or whatever. But if you're liberal and black, you're a race baiter or you're on welfare. But if you're liberal and white, you're a bleeding heart. Either way, it's easier or better if you white, no matter which stand you take.
And it's all based on stereotypes.
There you go.
Totally.
Bottom line.
And it's funny how it seemed like I remember back in the 80s when Ronald Reagan was the president, or, you know, the head of the Republicans. The Republican Party looked like a party for the rich. And then when Bill Clinton got in office, all of a sudden the Republican Party started looking like a racial party, like in the red states.
The head of, what was it, Thurman? Not Thurman.
Now, Thurman was in South Carolina, but see him? Yeah, and there was a whole bunch of Republicans, you know, that was just had this Klan look to them.
It's just a way to get white liberal people to embrace themselves and embrace classism without them feeling guilty for stepping on other people.
Exactly, because that is exactly what he being used as a puppet. All you black people out there that's conservatives, and if you really strong about your beliefs, but remember this: whenever you make a statement about charity and self-government,
tearing down,
self-reliance, basically you fitting into the stereotypes, because usually those stereotypes have been associated with black people.
That's right.
And they don't even see how they're being used as a puppet.
You know, they stand up and they say things like, oh, well, nobody understands, or they can't imagine what it's like to think for yourself. And you're still letting someone else think for you. So if you have these views, which sometimes I agree with them, you know, sometimes they say things that I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So if you have these views, you can have these views, but just like Milo brought out, I shouldn't have to explain that I have these views and, hey, yeah, by the way, I'm black. Just have a viewpoint. Your brain's still pink, ain't it?